members, including a clearly emotional Gary Clarence. He listened as his 42-year-old wife, who was dressed in black and sobbing throughout, stated her name, her address and her date of birth. And then it was put to her that she had murdered her children, Olivia, Ben and Max. Gary Clarence, seen here leaving court on the left, had been in South Africa with the couple's 8-year-old daughter when he was told of the death of his children. He flew back yesterday, along with members of his family who were also in court. They released a statement saying they'd suffered an extreme tragedy and were under tremendous pressure and strain. The post-mortem on Olivia and her twin brothers Ben and Max, seen here with their father, is ongoing. All 3 children suffered from spinal muscular atrophy, a condition which can be life-limiting. Tanya Clarence has been remanded in custody and will appear at the Old Bailey on the 29th of April. Sarah Campbell, BBC News.
An investigation is to be launched into whether government computers were used to make offensive changes to the Wikipedia entry on the Hillsborough disaster. Reports in the Liverpool Echo claim the updates included changing the Liverpool anthem "You'll Never Walk Alone" to "You'll Never Walk Again." Our correspondent Dan Johnson is at the Hillsborough inquest in Warrington for us. And Dan, one can only guess what the reaction is of the people there to that.
Yes, a mixture of shock, sadness and anger from the families arriving here to continue giving their statements to the inquest. One said it was like salt being thrown in the wound. There was disgust when these comments were originally posted onto Wikipedia. There was a certain amount of dismay that somebody could have done that on the day of the anniversary of the Hillsborough disaster. But there's this morning disbelief at these claims that those comments could have been posted from within government. It's not clear how many computers were used or indeed how many people may have been involved, but the Cabinet Office has said that it is investigating this as a matter of urgency, treating this with the utmost seriousness and making inquiries across government departments. The families want a full investigation. They want the people or persons responsible to be identified and dealt with.
OK, Dan Johnson in Warrington, thanks very much indeed. The time now, it is 1:15. Our top story this lunchtime. New rules on mortgage lending are about to come into force. Customers may be asked about their spending habits before they get a loan. And still to come, a new role for an old hand. Ryan Giggs speaks for the first time about taking over the helm at Manchester United.
And in the northwest at 1:30, the darkness fell over our family. Margaret Aspinall tells the Hillsborough inquests of the moment her son died. And the Manchester student facing jail after helping street kids in Kenya.
The Duke and Duchess of Cambridge have ended their visit to Australia by joining veterans and serving military personnel to mark Anzac Day, Australia's National Day of Remembrance. The family are now on their way home to the UK. From Canberra, our royal correspondent Nicholas Witchell has sent this report.
In the pre-dawn darkness, reading their hymn sheets with torches, William and Catherine joined thousands of people at Australia's National War Memorial in Canberra to mark the 99th anniversary of